Welcome to Apocalypse Cooking, the cooking show where people who don't know how to cook can watch somebody who also doesn't know how to cook try to cook things. Today we're going to be making doomsday bunker warming macaroni and cheese. Pretty simple concept. We're going to start out with this, and I know what you're thinking, that's just Kraft macaroni and cheese. Yes, it is. We're going to make this better though. Oh, you don't understand what doomsday bunker warming macaroni and cheese is? Well, your neighbor has an underground doomsday bunker. You're not really supposed to know about it, but you know your neighbor's kid talks a lot, so you know that they have this underground doomsday bunker. So when the apocalypse kicks off, obviously you're going to try to go into their bunker. Well, it would be awful rude of you not to bring some sort of warming present to their doomsday bunker. So this is going to be the macaroni and cheese that you're going to want to show up to your neighbor's doomsday bunker with. Simple concept, like I said. So obviously we're just starting off making the Kraft macaroni and cheese like normal. If you don't know how to do that, there's instructions on the box. But we're starting off with some boiling water. You're going to want to dump the macaroni in there, which I'm currently fighting to try to get open. I'll take out your little cheese packet thing and put that aside for now. You're just going to want to dump all your macaroni in there and pretty much start as soon as you put it in so it doesn't start to stick. And then probably turn down the heat a little bit so that it doesn't boil over. Little trick, you can put a spoon on top of the pot upside down so it won't boil over. But we're just going to make the Kraft macaroni and cheese like you traditionally would. I feel like I don't really need to show you guys that. So while those noodles are boiling to their tenderness that we want them at, we're going to cut up a couple pieces of this fully cooked bacon just because I have it and I should probably use it for something. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so you might want to, heat these up in like the microwave or something first to get them kind of crispy. I'm not going to worry about it. I think I have like 3 strips here, and you're just going to kind of cut them up into smaller pieces. Now you could use a cutting board to do this, but then you got to clean a cutting board. Paper plate you can just throw away. That way you can cut through it and ruin whatever surface you're cutting on too. Look at this, Spyderco Para 3 putting in work here. Yeah. Okay, so once you get that cut up into some pieces, I feel like this might not be enough. You might want to do more than that, but that's what I'm going to stick with because that's what I decided. I'm a man who sticks to my decisions to the very end. Something else that you're going to want to have is this is a mini sleeve, but you're going to want to have some Ritz crackers because we're going to smash these up into like breadcrumbs. Now you don't have to use Ritz crackers. You could use, Best Western crackers or Super 8 crackers. I wouldn't suggest Days Inn crackers, but you can use any kind of crackers you want. Generally speaking, you want something that's kind of Ritz-ish, like buttery kind of consistency, because I think that'll probably be better. Okay, and at this point you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably about 5 degrees Celsius. I'm not real sure there, but that sounds about right. Okay, so once you have your Kraft macaroni and cheese made the way that the box says, you're going to add your bacon pieces. Now you might want to add more than this. This is just what I'm going with because this is what I had cut and had set out to cut already, and I don't feel like cutting more. So that's what we got, and of course you're going to want to mix that in there so they get distributed throughout the macaroni and cheese. Now this part right here is kind of optional. It depends on whether or not you like hot sauce or your neighbor with the doomsday bunker likes hot sauce, but I'm just going to add a little bit of Frank's Red Hot to my macaroni and cheese because I think that's going to be what I'm going to prefer. So, you can either add some sort of hot sauce or don't. That's up to you. Okay, so once you have all that mixed together, you're going to try to pour the macaroni and cheese into a metal cooking pan. I'm going to use some parchment paper, that's what it's called. to line the pan so that hopefully it doesn't stick and I'll be able to more easily pull it out of the pan. Okay, so once you have your macaroni and cheese poured out into the pan, and this was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, so just keep that in mind. The parchment paper doesn't really like to be inside of a cooking pan like this, apparently. But once you have that inside the cooking pan, you're going to rip open your pack of Ritz crackers here, and you're just going to kind of try to get them spread across the top of the macaroni and cheese here. Now, I may have crushed too many. Oh, I'm making a mess. That's what I'm best at. Okay, we're going to put our macaroni and cheese in our oven set to 350 for, well, I don't quite know how long yet. I'll let you know. And you can, of course, use this time to watch your cat lick himself sitting in the window. Okay, so we're out of the oven at what was probably a little less than 10 minutes. It doesn't really look much different, but we're going to roll with it because I'm impatient. That's going to be a growing trend in these videos, I think. But anyway, let's see what this is like. Okay, so you can see here I've got our Doomsday Bunker warming macaroni and cheese here on a plate. So you can see it hasn't really stayed together like a traditional oven-baked macaroni and cheese would. That's probably just because of how runny the consistency of the cheese sauce in Kraft macaroni and cheese is. You could probably add like more cheese to it and it might stay together better. But anyway, let's try this. So, here's some with some breadcrumbs in it. So I think what we've made here today is certainly better than just regular Kraft macaroni and cheese. I don't know if it's quite good enough to get you into your neighbor's secret doomsday bunker that you weren't supposed to know about. But I think it'd probably be worth a try. Okay, so that's going to be it for this episode of Apocalypse Cooking. I hope you guys have a good day.